Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Jenny. Alright, I think this is where we left off. We were on day 5. So let's see. Did I already get that thing done? Okay. Don't believe I got either of these done. Okay, I should probably have my glasses on. I can't see that well. Okay. Anthemic fields, or thumic. I still don't know how to pronounce that. Eternic field pattern. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this one. Oh, nope, nothing there. Whoops. Oh well. Bend your ear to the trees. Hold your palm out to the wind. The ravens can feel it. Can you? Something is stirring. I'll need a Holgan Grim in coming days. Okay. Eerie creations are worn by priests of Holger in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolf Song's truth to seek his judgment, Path the warrior to help the dead find their way. Am I under the impression that this is the Holgrim? Pray for me that this is right. Ah ha ha ha! First try on that one. Mask is an eerie item that can be worn. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going off of. The fact that the sketch showed the horns. I was like, this is the only thing I know of that fits that. Gemstone is a Vivianite, a stone of death. Huh. Okay. Lead heart. Huh. Thankfully, I have my coffee today, so I'm a little bit more alert. With how dreary the days have been, I'm definitely having more iced coffee and having some chili. The pre-made stuff is about as good as anything right now. I have no energy outside of that these days, which isn't a bad thing necessarily. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard. Small black casket. A very valuable small black casket. They knew enough not to open it, but perhaps too little to fully understand the danger it posed. And I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit funny. Acid reflux can do a number. Okay, stairs. The only thing that comes to mind is Stairway to Heaven. Up the stairs, left, then left again. Second on the right is where I spend each night. Does that have to do with the manor? I know. I do love seeing all the symbology, though. It is interesting. Walk past the main staircase. Turn left. Follow that corridor down and go through the door to the left. Okay. The stairs left, then left again. Oh, nothing there. Ha. My directional skills are becoming legendary. Let's see. So going up the stairs, turn left, and then left again. Maybe the kitchen? Smells and sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the castle kitchens. Simmering stews and clinking pots. Hard stairs make my presence conspicuous, so I leave them to it. Alrighty. That did nothing. Okay. Gonna check the library. Piled up on a reading desk, I find books on ornithology, alongside bestiaries of the old world. You can learn a lot about a person from the books that they read. I don't want to read too much into that. As someone who is becoming a voracious reader again. Although right now I'm struggling to read Dracula. I don't have the patience, I guess. I'm only about a fifth into the book and it's almost Halloween. As of recording this, it's like 2 days before. Let's see. Okay, so going towards those symbols does nothing. Up, left. Maybe that one? The plinth is not hard to spot in the corner of the room next to a small writing desk. A glass jar houses the object mentioned in Edmund's notes. Okay, so it was in the Taurus-looking room. I say Taurus because I think that's close to the symbol of Taurus. I could be very wrong in that. I am not that into astrology. I know a few of them, but I don't know many. As I gather the item and turn to leave, my eye is drawn to a green book on the desk. The author's name is of particular interest. I pick it up and find Edmund on my way out, who encourages me to take it with me. I try to insist on paying for it at least, but he won't entertain the idea. Ooh. Yes. Perfect. Lovely. Alright, you go there. Put you there. I'm very eclectic at this point. Alright. Up the stairs left, then left again. Second on the right, where I spend each night. Left, then left again. Second on the right. Maybe if I go to this one, first floor. Left. Left again. Oh, I got it. The bedroom looks like it hasn't been used for some time. A thin layer of dust coats the furnishings, and cobwebs decorate every corner. Pulling back the thin curtains lets some light in, but more importantly, they reveal a macabre item that has been hiding on the windowsill all this time. Ooh. Interesting. Ugh. Thingies. No. I think there was one more thing that I need to go through. Alchemic item or objects produce a field of sorts, although invisible to the naked eye. They can be observed by placing an object over a thermic lens. A Diurnic field pattern. These fields are not fully understood despite attempts to study them over the years. Alrighty then. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait on that for now. I can never get any peace in my house. When am I to find time to do my writing? I've tried beeswax, but that makes my ears sore, and besides, I can still hear the shouting and banging at all hours. I don't know why I'm giving her such an accent, but here we are. I heard you might be able to help me. St. John's Anvil. Okay. St. John's Anvil. These items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant of the same name, a fact that is reflected in their designs. They have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen sound. They can even be tuned to filter out certain noises, but allow others to be heard still. Interessant. Okay. And as far as I'm aware, I haven't even gotten the key to unlock those. Shit. Let's see. Okay, so it's reflected in their designs. Oh boy. Maybe this? Because that's what the leaves look like. Fingers crossed. Oh, shit. Well, that sucks ass. These are the only two that I know of that have those kind of designs. Okay, so at least I was on the right track. The leaves in the design are similar to the leaves in the sketch of the plant. Closer inspection reveals that it does indeed muffle sounds. I went based off of looks. Gray's grace, worn as a pendant to dispel melancholy. They share the design of a shadow catcher. Just looking at a curiosity. Interesting. Okay. Barton Potter. You must be the Thermitage's apprentice. I bet he's a hard man to work under. He's helped me out more than once in the past, though. Speaking of the past, my eye has been aching again lately. That can't be a good sign. I'd be willing to make a fair trade for an Elva stone if you have one. Elva stone, says he. Elva stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments such as Braxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline, or Selenic, a connection that is also reflected in their design. Okay. So something similar to what could almost be considered like a Horcrux symbol. Okay, so it's under Celestial, so Selenic, of the moon, Hmm. Hmm. Maybe this? Okay, that's one possibility. Hmm. No, that can't be it. The symbology is not accurate. Neither is this, to be honest. Okay. Okay. Alright, so it gives a specific type of feeling. Although I still want to know what this fucking thing is. Let's see. Okay, nothing to remark. Let me look at this Selenic thing again. Okay, so triangle, circles, and another circle. Hmm. Hmm. Oh boy. Huh. Weird. Hmm. I am gonna try this first. I doubt it'll work. Yep, there it is. I have been thinking it through more carefully. Thank you very much. Okay, that's also not it. Okay. Well. Alrighty. Hmm. I've gotten a little too used to this at this point. I'm gonna go with the suns. Or, I mean, the moon. The crescent moon. I can't even right now. Okay. Just need one more snake. Really? Oh, that's just rude. Alrighty. Son of a bitch. Oh, I don't like that. Come on. Yes. Alrighty. Alright. All the stone. It's. So it's under Selenic, which I've already double checked. I wonder if there's anything in here about that. Probably. Really opalescence, usually pink or off-white. Stone of protection and enveloping night. So moonstone. Okay. Worth a shot. Not it. Are we shocked? No. Okay. Pearlescent. That is as close as pearlescent as I can get. So I'd be looking for a moonstone if we were going by that. Pink or off-white, it says. What are you? Okay, that makes me feel uneasy. Okay. Okay, not that one. My heart feels lighter, nothing to remark. Okay. I'm checking all the gemstone ones first. Grr. Ethereal quality. Maybe that's it? Potentially? Oh, yes it is. Okay. Design features crescent moons, a reflection of selenic. Metal is silver. Okay. The more you learn. Oh, hello, what are you? You look quite oddly satisfying to look at. I'm gonna put that there. Verona, hello again. Doing some reading. See what you make of this. Huh. Way back, so I'm going to see if I can find anything up there. Huh. Here I go again, sticking my notes into trouble, because I don't seem to be able to listen to that part of me that says, go put the kettle on and let someone else deal with it for a change. I know how that is. It's bloody-minded arrogance to follow that thought up with, but there isn't anyone else. But here we are, and here I am. They do it all wrong anyway. I'm starting to relate more and more with the older characters like that. Iced coffee is good. I've been wearing a pendant that I found in the library, and it does something to me. It gives me an appetite for reading that I cannot control. Give me that, please. I want it. I was lost in the library for 3 days without eating or sleeping before I managed to take the pendant off and escape. It is rather pretty, though. Someone told me I need a Cussic purifier, and that this is the place to get one. Alrighty then. Topaz gemstone, known as the Eye, placed in a strong-smelling liquid, usually some potent barley spirit or vinegar. Vinegar is much more potent, in my opinion. I haven't smelled barley or barley spirit, so I don't know. Small tokens such as rings or amulets, perhaps, submerged in that liquid and left for a full cycle of the moon are cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Of course, there's a limit to the effectiveness of this process. Yeah. Topaz. Okay. Well, shit. Because that looks more sapphire. Topaz is usually just orange color, yeah? Maybe this? Nope. Oh, that's what trial and error is for. Nope. Kind of figured, but I still wanted to give it a shot. I'm not always good at figuring things out. So. Well, this seems to be going in a good direction. Seems to be. I don't know about my luck, though. Thank you, Jupiter. Or Juniper. Okay. Ooh, works for both. That's funny. Alright. Whatever is good for the goose is good for the gander. Oh man. Yes. All right. Gonna look at this again. Topaz gemstone known as the Eye. Okay, that's gold and silver. Okay, I need something that has topaz. Something of that nature. I like that. Alright. Okay, that's marble, apparently. Well, this is kind of baffling. Let me check something. Okay. weird. Nope. Well, shit. Did I already try this one? Yes, I did. Huh. Okay. Huh. Topaz gemstone. Pale yellow. Okay. That does not fully help me. Heart feels lighter. This is all bronze. Hmm. Well. Okay. Pale yellow. Stone of strength. Let me look under the symbology. Looks sick. So it would have like a... Huh. Okay then. Upstairs neighbors are being a little loud. Guess that's what happens in an older complex. All bronze. I am so confounded. Turquoise. Okay, that's not it. Didn't think that was it, but I still wanted to check. Oh boy. I don't understand what this is for, but okay. I'm just confounded. I'm gonna have to use a hint for that. Son of a bitch. Give me another snake. Really? There we go. All right. Looking for something that could contain a gemstone submerged in liquid. Maybe this? That was my next thought. I never knew that that was the symbol for vinegar, but okay. All that guesswork, and then it's just like, oh yeah, it's a bottle that contains something in it. Now I feel more stupid. I've been working on something that you might find interesting. Did you know that nobody knows who built Strange Antiquities? It's very old, perhaps the oldest building in Undermere, according to some accounts. Even Eli doesn't know all of its secrets. I've been decoding a journal that he found. It's slow work, but I've made a bit of a breakthrough recently. Have you discovered the plinths below the counter? I've learned that they can be used to access the shop's hidden depths. And this journal holds some of the keys. Here's something I discovered late last night to see what you can make of it. Okay. Alcove key, horned shackle, efficant. And then it moons something. The writing is dense and spidery, so it's not always easy to decipher. Okay. Okay, so Eva can't. Wait, no. Horn shackle. And then moon something. Weird. After years of working in a thundering mill, I'm afraid I'm quite deaf now. I've tried St. John's poppy, but I'm looking for a more permanent solution. I'd love to be able to hear my niece's laughter. Hearing charm. Didn't I have something like that? Generally used by hard of hearing. Okay. Hearing charms take the form of animals known for their hearing. Maybe this? Okay. It's one or the other, so. Okay. At camp that night, one of the pair had awoken with pain in his left eye. He was alert to the threat at once, recognizing two things at the same time. One, a part of his mind was not his own, and two, the casket wanted to be opened. Oh, this is elaborate. The maiden in the tower points the way. I am buried among the trees. Okay. Buried among the trees. Heathwood, maybe? Jacob's Folly? Lady Rosalind built the folly in memory of her husband. Lost to the lake, or so the story goes. Now it stands wind-worn and empty, overlooking the water. I checked the turret just in case. Nothing but dust and old stones. Love doesn't leave much behind. Damn. Okay. Maybe in Heathwood? The trees begin to change. First sparse and twisted, then thick and shadowed. I'm drawn to explore further, but something holds me back. The maiden in the tower points the way. I climb the narrow winding stair to the top of the tower and am rewarded with views across Lake Undermere. I'm not alone in the tower. Standing in the center of the circular platform is a statue of a young woman, the maiden. Her outstretched arm points due east across the rooftops of Undermere and beyond. Okay. So here? No. Damn. Okay, I'm on the right track. I am buried among the trees. So, is it this way? No. Damn. I walked up the beck a mile or so in the cold and wet yesterday and found a section with a handful of dead fish floating in it. Belly up and blackened they were. I'm not sure what to make of it, but I don't like it. I'm on my way to Calgarth Hall now. Spoke to Dr. Robertson earlier, and she said the two women they found are still in the state as the others, in a trance and eyes all black. Before I go, Anna Bryant asked me to drop this off. When we were kids, we used to explore an abandoned house on the lakefront. We'd take a boat out to the northern tip of Naylor Island and row across from there. You know the one I'm talking about. Second from the left in the row of 4. Found myself outside its doors 3 days ago. I went inside for old time's sake. I wish I hadn't. It always had an ominous feel to it. It has taken me the last 3 days to summon the courage to write this letter, but I think it's better you see for yourself what's out there. Yours in faith, Anna Bryant. Alright, Naylor Island. Second from the left in the row of 4. Huh. Nope, wrong one. Whoops. Bleak stones stand in their circle in quiet defiance of time. Once home to witchcraft and rituals, now abandoned, silent and still like the surrounding lake. There's magic here, I can feel it, but nothing left for me to uncover. That's not it. Okay, second from the left in the row of 4. Some of this is going to be guesswork. Unfortunately. I apologize if this inquisition is an imposition to your disposition. It's not my intention to bring to your attention a matter of contention. I have an inclination to perform an incantation of flirtation. That is hard to say. For your part, I'd lead in the heart of the thermic art. Alright, that... Jesus. Okay, lead heart. These items depict the gods, the god Chernanos in his non-human form. They're heavier than they look due to a core of lead hidden by a more modest exterior. They are said to kindle romantic interest and are sometimes given as a wedding gift. Oh boy. Maybe. This one weighs more than it looks. First thought that came to mind. Using the index, I can remind myself that Chernanos has antlers. Using my weight scales. Yeah, I did notice that that one was the heavier one. Okay. Second from the left in the row of 4. No, you're not Eli. I'm returning an item he asked me to repair. The mechanism was mangled, but I've replaced all the springs and given it a clean. Good as new. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. It wasn't my intention to leave you unattended for this long, but I'm afraid that I'm going to need to rely on you for a little longer. Order of the Black Veil seemed more concerned by the ravens than the black-eyed state that Mr. Hungerford was found in. They said that it would take a very powerful force indeed to upset them like that. Unfortunately, they either weren't able or weren't willing to talk any further on the subject. I was hoping to avoid it, but I must go to Oxford and the Baudelaire Library. I'll be gone for a few days at least, perhaps longer, but you seem to be handling yourself well here. I do not see eye to eye with the head of collections at Baudelaire, but I do know that he takes an interest in horticulture. I will take him a Scythian charm to smooth things over between us. Oh boy. Okay. Carved out of wood, but the more powerful designs make use of the planetary metals. No two are identical. They're used by horticulturists to encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather. Usually quite cold, but warm and tingly to the touch while it's raining. Carved out of wood, says you. This is the only one I can think of. And it's not it. Oh, how I'm not surprised. Okay. Okay. Items made of gold and silver, planetary metals. Leaves hint at a horticultural use. The item reveals the item vibrates in wet weather. I've done quite a few. Francesco Robertson. I'm at a loss with these patients. They aren't responding to anything I've tried so far, and I haven't been able to find anything in the literature that fits their symptoms. Yeah, they're always trying to leave. Dranthium tea from a restful mother might get a moment of lucidity out of them. But if you got any ideas, then I'm all ears. Alright, witch's finger. I think that's what this is. Restful mother. Mother is Hermitage's link to the inner mind. A hot tea made from the Dranthium plant is drunk from them, taking on different properties depending on the type of mother. This particular type can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rush and clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. Witch's finger. Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digit of the Witch of Undermere. They're capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. I think I'd rather go with the mother. Okay. Okay, so it needs to be Mentic. See if there's any gemstones that go under Mentic on that. Malachite. Dark green, striated. Fourth eye, a stone of sight. Stone of, it says marble, but it's either that, this, or that. Nope. Nope. I'm trying everything here, folks. Gonna go with that one. Alrighty. Come on, give me a cat. There we go. I'm getting too good at this. I don't know why, but iced coffee is so dang good. Alright, Mether is what I'm going with. That's not it. That's not it either. Maybe this. Not it either. Either. I can't English. Huh. Weird. Don't want to use the fingers. That'd be funny if it was the plants. I knew it wasn't, but I wanted to give it a shot for shits and giggles. Okay. Hmm. Really? Well, I have to start over again. Son of a bitch. First time that's happened on here. I think I'll go with that one. Come on. There we go. Alrighty. I need to make a choice between witch's finger and restful mother. I should be careful, my choice could have consequences. No shit. I already knew that. It's a matter of figuring out what's what. And what would work. Obviously that's not it, but I thought I'd give it a shot. It has some stuff in it. Nope. Nope. Oh, this is annoying. Okay. Well. I'm starting to really hate having eczema. For those unaware, I do in fact have eczema, and it's everywhere at this point. It's not fun. God damn it, I literally had that. Ah. There we go. Okay, so I want to do the restful nether. Or mether. I can't English. Mether is a term which is linked to the inner mine. A hot tea made from the Drinthian plant is drunk from them, taking on different properties depending on the type of mether. It can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rush and clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. Okay. Nothing to remark there either. Weird. Really weird. Let's see. It feels lighter. Great. Nothing to remark. Makes me feel uneasy. No, thank you. Nothing to remark. Really? The hell? Okay, that is just weird. Yeah, I already chose Restful Mether. And a clue that tells me which items I need to put on the plinths below the counter. Okay. I'm at a loss for words. Take a trip where? Let's see. 28. Okay, that does nothing to help me. Nope. Oh, Lord. Moon in the index and see if it leads anywhere. Okay. Moonstone Guardian? For the banishment of Hobbs' fear and Noctic sight, these tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. So would it be? I hate having to use these, but High Green Church. Four. The church is old and the roof is in need of repairs. Moss and lichen adds splashes of color to the otherwise gray exterior. I wander around to the back of the church where an old yew tree stands. Its gnarled branches scratch gently against faded gravestones in the breeze. The pastor strays into my moment of quiet reflection and imparts some local lore. The tree is known as the Witch of High Green Church, and there are those that believe it to have unnatural powers. While the tree lives, the witch's fingers cut from its limbs are alleged to provide healing through pain. Okay, that doesn't really help me too much. I know that that's the witch's finger. The moon part of the alcove key clue could refer to a moonstone guardian. Yeah, but it could also be a moon heart or Selenic totem. Okay, that makes more sense. I hate having to use that, but oh. Oh. Uh-huh. I am highly confused now. Huh. Nothing to remark. Has a pleasant scent that reminds me of the forest. Sharp aroma. Maybe this? Nope. I don't want to use the witch's fingers. I'm looking for an item that was... Yeah, I already know that that's the witch's fingers. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. And I was wrong. Gotcha. There we go. The item resembles the drinking cup in the sketch. It has several embedded iolite gemstones, which hint at its ability to induce a meditative state. Lovely. Come to thank you for sharing the wonder of the Aries remnant with me. It changed my life. I'm still getting to grips with it, but already I'm feeling my way back to painting again. Thank you. You're welcome. He knew what he had to do. Without hesitation, he took hold of his diverging hook and used it to cut away the infected part of his mind before it could spread and consume him entirely. Turret. Closest to the sunset, but furthest from the sunrise. Okay, I need to find this because it's second from the left in the row of 4. So Naylor Island, I've already looked at that. Nothing there. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that coffee was great. Only thing I could think of with that is this right here, because there's turrets or towers. Nope. Eventually I'll figure those out. As if I didn't have enough on my plate right now, my sister Bonnie has been acting strange lately. She never got over the death of our father. She's always blamed Mr. Potter for his role in it, and now, with all this happening, she's got it in her head that he's behind it somehow. I'm worried she's going to do something stupid. If she comes in here, whatever you do, do not give her anything dangerous. I want to give her a keepsake to let her know that she is still loved. I've seen people gifting one another wooden totems, but I don't know what they're called. Wooden totems. Nope. Maybe the horn shackle? Nope. Oh boy. Wooden totem. Okay, that does not make any sense to me. Moonstone Guardian. Moonstone Guardian. Carved totem. Okay, so it's the Selenic totem. Damn, I should have gone with the witch's fingers then. Shit. Thought I was doing the right thing on that one. The silly sods at Calgarth Hall wouldn't let me in to look around. Seems I've upset the little lord who lives there at some point in the past. Allegedly, I refused to perform an exorcism on his haunted house. He didn't like my suggestion that it might be the local kids playing pranks on him because he's a mean old git. I'm not so easily put off, though. You have a tenebrine cloak. Okay. Upon activation, a tenebrine cloak can create a sphere of enshrouding darkness that will cloak all within its reach. Simple stone set in bronze. Okay, stone in bronze. I doubt that's it, but it's worth a try. Pardon me. Nope. Kind of figured it wasn't, but I still wanted to give a benefit of a doubt. So that's definitely not it. Okay, this is gold and iron. Stone set in bronze. Stone set in bronze. Maybe this one? Nope. Okay. At least I'm trying here. That was very unlucky. Oh. Damn. Okay, that'll work. Okay, come on. Grr. Give me another cat. Really? There we go. Okay. Alright, so I need to find Tenebrin Cloak. Okay, so it's bronze with a stone. Bronze with a stone. Definitely not it. Bronze with a stone. Damn. Bronze with a stone. I hate this. Should consult my gemstone book to see if there's any suitable stone for this. Okay, that's not it. There we go. Bloodstone. No. Earth and Nature. Dark bluish purple. Iolite. Calming Stone of Peace and Safety. Okay, don't need malachite. Moonstone. See if there's a suitable stone for this item. Grr. Fire and Fury, Protection and Enveloping Night. Calming Stone of Peace and Safety, Earth and of Nature. Stone of Water, Stone of Dark Purpose. Commitment, Sunstone, Fire and Light, Heat and Life. Only thing I can think of is dark bluish purple, so iolite or jade. That's wood and jade, I think. Hmm. We'll try this one. Come back here. And that one doesn't work. Who'd have thunk it? Nope. This isn't it either. Oh boy. This is the one that I initially thought of, and of course that's not it either. I'm a little dumbfounded. Really? Jesus. Oh, yay. Yes, please. Just need one more. One more, please. Yes. All right. I hate this so much when I can't figure things out. So jade is what I'm thinking of. Earth and nature, or highlight. Maybe malachite. Dark green striated. Either malachite or I guess onyx. That isn't. Yep, moonstone. Moonstone, huh? Moonstone is the stone of enveloping night. That sounds promising. Yes. But what item? I'm looking for an item with a moonstone set in bronze. Yeah, I already figured that much. Okay, moonstone set in bronze. Fudge. I doubt it would be that, but I think I've already tried it once. Yep. Okay. I hate having to use all these hints. Yeah, I already know it's a moonstone set in bronze. I know that game. Come on. My eyesight's not that good. It's not set in bronze. That's not it. Dang it. That's not a moonstone. There's that. I know this isn't it. Yeah, I already know that. Do I not have anything? Do I seriously not have anything? Unless this is it. Are you fucking kidding me? Hey. I was looking for mostly a pendant. Apparently that was wrong. So that's on me. I bumped into Eli at the station yesterday before he left for Oxford. His train was late, so we had a brief chat, and he suddenly remembered something he wanted to tell you. I told him I'd pass on the message. Okay. In other news, I've got a little something for you if you're interested. It's gonna cost you, but it's worth it. A map to the catacombs. Very rare. Worth a lot to someone in your line of work, I imagine. All I'm asking for in return is a Valant. The holes in a Valant are of roughly equal size and spacing. They're used by the adventurous to help them find their way. A curious pulse can be felt where its power concentrates. Okay. I'm going to assume it's similar to that. Nope. Nope. Back to the shadow realm I go. I'm not the greatest with these games, and I feel very, very overwhelmed. The first game was a lot easier for me to figure out. I'll get the hang of this at some point soon. No doubt on that. Okay, I'll save 2 of those, see if I can get some... Ooh, there we go. Now I need to get 3. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Just need one more of those. And we out of here. Alrighty. Okay. Roughly equal size and spacing. They're used by the adventurous to help them find their way. Okay. Process of elimination. Equally sized and spaced holes. This? Oh. Clearly not. Apparently. I should inspect any items I consider. Feel the pulse. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Weird. Huh. Damn. That one feels like someone's watching. I am thoroughly confused. Okay. Really? Hmm. Hmm. I don't. Oh. Don't tell me I have to find it. Queen in the tower points the way. I'm buried beneath the trees. Nope. Among the trees. Nope. Dang it. Okay, there we go. Find what I'm looking for in a small cavity carved into a sturdy oak tree. I turn around, half expecting to see someone, but there's no one there. I take my prize and leave, feeling my mood lifted by the smell of damp moss and the gentle rush of wind through the treetops. Okay. Okay. Now I need to find this. I'm closest to the sunset, but furthest from the sunrise. Sunrise is from the east and sets in the west. Oh, that's so very confusing. Is that the tower? Nope. Dang it. Hmm. Hmm. Nope. There we go. The view from the tower is quite beautiful, but it's what I find inside that catches my attention. In the middle of the room is an unlocked wooden chest. Within that, not one, but two smaller wooden chests, along with a cryptic scrap of paper. Great. Lovely. Not at all what I'm looking for. Son of a bitch. Oh. I wonder. Is that related to another thing I had? I keep forgetting to mention it would be helpful for you to read Dr. Robertson's booklet on curses. You'll find it in the cupboard hidden in the counter. Okay. Nope. Too small. Nope. Too big. Some bitch. Well. Feel a pulse. Well, shit. I don't feel that with any of the items. What am I supposed to do now? Like, what the hell? Oh. I may have to leave it here and have to look up the whole thing on this. But I could just check something really quick because I don't like having to do all that because I don't like being stumped like this. Let's see, what is it? There we go. Okay. Doesn't tell me what. Okay. That was just a random guess, but okay. Jeez. Jeez, oh Pete. I feel like I'm going crazy here. I know who's behind this madness, all these people with the pitch black eyes, but nobody's listening to me. I've seen it happen before. 7 years ago, my father died the same way. Well, since nobody will listen, I'm going to take care of it myself. A Corvin's might, please, and I'll be on my way. Gray's grace or Corvin's might? Sometimes called an eagle's gift, is an assassin's tool that makes use of Wixic power. When the warrior queen, Corvin, was surrounded and close to defeat, a gift came to her from an unlikely source. With it, she turned the tide of battle, and the legend of the Bloody Queen was born. Okay, these objects pay homage to the Bloody Queen's death. This, maybe? Let's see what Gray's Grace is. Worn as a pendant to dispel melancholy, they shared the design of a shadow catcher. I think that's the Corvin's might? Yeah. Design is... okay. I hope I did the right thing. Okay. As his mind roiled in confusion, he watched through his remaining good eye as his partner lunged towards the satchel, I can't English apparently, that contained the casket. To his horror, he saw his partner's eyes were black. Ooh. Gravestone. Or at least it looks like one. Okay, so it's something on the map. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that one right now. Catacombs. Okay. Okay, nothing there. Maybe it is within the catacombs. Okay. Dang it. I've got to figure out what that is. It's too big for that. Dang it. There we go. I squeeze through a partially collapsed passageway and emerge in a small chamber. Glintering in the flickering torchlight, I catch sight of a pendant draped across an old gravestone. Ooh, that's pretty. Alright, I think I am able to do one more for today. Constance Bader. My awakening ceremony takes place at the convent tomorrow. I'll need a talon. Amphibian talon. Amphibian heart. Use these items as part of its grand initiation rite. They guard their secrets closely, but it is said that they worship the ancient nameless gods, communing with them via broken path. Acolytes must press the tip of a talon hard against their cheekbone, to the point of drawing blood. They perform the act nightly for 49 days, 7 sevens, after which the scar will forever mark them. Okay, so it's like that. This? No. Okay. It is close, though. Okay. That was coincidental. Shape of the nail tips match the scarring on the cheek of the person in the sketch. That was pretty close. Rather proud of that. Okay. Just gonna finish up day 9 here. Been working my way through the journal, but it's heavy going. I keep coming back to this series of sketches. Does this mean anything to you? Could it relate to the plinths? Possibly. I think I've been cursed. 2 weeks ago, I was quietly minding my own business in the Guilty Ram when a stranger came up to me. He handed me a book titled The Changes of Dr. Learmont before leaving. Something about it intrigued me enough to take it home with me. Ever since I read the first page, I've been having terrible nightmares. They're getting worse. I spoke to Dr. Robertson and she sent me here. Okay. 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 Okay, Cossack Purifier. I think that's what I need. Come on. Work with me here. Oh, okay, so that's not what he needs. Gotcha. Oh, right. I didn't read it fully. That's on me. Okay. No. Hit the wrong button by accident. Chernanos. No. Son of a... Okay. Okay. I don't think it'll be a Holgen Grim. Used to reverse the effects of the Blackheart curse. The instrument is made using the dried seed pod of a sheepsnap plant. I don't think that's it either, because I'm not seeing anything that looks like that. Okay, so probably not lamb siphon. Okay. Resonant compass. Nope. Okay. Very decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher. Maybe I'll go with the shield charm? No. Dang it. Dang it. That's irritating. Yeah, I already know. Now to find the right thing to go in there, because it needs to have that. Yep, that's what I've been looking for. Nope, that. Nope. Well. Flower pattern on it. That's not it. flower petals on it. If I push the petals while inspecting it, I can set the right configuration of pins. Ten and 2. Okay. Nope. Come on. There we go. Oh. You're interesting. Okay, which one was this? The one that was made from that. Whoops. Nope. It was a ways back, I think. Made from that one flower. The bulbs. Come on. Lamb siphon. Really? Really? Used to reverse the effects of the Black Heart curse. A skilled hand is required to perform the procedure, drawing the curse from the body over the course of several hours. So, what? I'm not sure I know what I need. I have what I need. I should look through my letters and notes to see if they lead me to any new discoveries. I've already done that one. Made from silver. Something object made from silver. Northern tip of the Naylor Islands. Here. Second from the left in the row of 4. Nope. Nope. Dang it. Oh. See if there's anything else. I have a house that can be reached from the northern end of the lake. Second from the left. Okay, so Grey Witch Farm. I was on the opposite side. Okay. This one. Son of a bitch. Well, feel cursed now. Son of a bitch. Jesus. Come on. Gonna do that one. 2 suns. Son of a bitch. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I only have enough time to finish this day. Alright, so north of here, near there. Here we go. I don't know exactly what I was expecting to find. Anna's letter was quite vague after all, but I certainly wasn't prepared for this. In an alcove of the house peering out through those loose mortar and crumbling brick, is a macabre shrine of sorts. The skull of a stag is mounted above the opening, its antlers smeared with a dark red substance, and large melted candles pull out onto the wooden floor on either side. In the center of the altar there is a small iron chest, rusted and fused to the floor. It's clear that it has been here a long time. I do not see any hinge or keyhole or any way of opening it at all, but after a while I notice an inscription. It simply says, "I open to the voice." Maybe this? Oh, nice. Chest opens to reveal a golden totem. I can't imagine who would have stashed it here or why, but it doesn't look like they're coming back for it anytime soon. Okay, maybe this is it? Okay, Moonstone Guardian. Gotcha. Alright, I think that's... Oh, Unbound, Lift a Curse. Let's see, I should have just enough to finish this day. Because that's about all the time I have for today, unfortunately. Bubbling black mess that was oozing from the rock itself. Seems there's a sickness in Undermere. It's in the earth and the water and it's spreading. I suppose it falls to me to find out where it's coming from. If it's underground, then underground's where I'll start. See if I can find anything in the catacombs. I realize now that I've been a little careless and getting headaches. I won't go into the catacombs without a sextrum. Okay. Protects against insanity in all its forms. These items, like the mind itself, are not well understood. Okay, that doesn't really say or explain much. There's not much to go on here, so perhaps I should consult my gemstone and symbol books. Okay. Insanity and mind. Okay. So Mentic. Okay, so it has that. Okay. That's the only one that I know of that has that. Alrighty. Okay. So that is going to be today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I've been a little impatient on today's video, so I apologize. It's just some parts it was irritating me, that I couldn't figure some of that out. Some of the descriptions weren't the greatest. I also just don't have a good mindset, I guess, for it sometimes. But yeah, that was, well, that was today's episode. Tomorrow should be the last part. And when you guys are watching it, tomorrow should be on Halloween Day. If there's a secondary video, that should be, hopefully. If it isn't up there, it's fine. If it is, it's repo. Hopefully I'll have a friend to play it with. But, yeah, that's it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like the channel and you want to continue the chaotic stream of awkwardness, please feel free to punch the like button and maybe tickle the subscribe button. That's up to you. Anyways, have a great one, guys. Bye.